Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday? Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? I forgot. It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope everybody had a great day. We got in this trade this morning. We held through market close, held through market open, 5 to 6 p.m. We held a little bit here. I'm sure some of you got a little nervous on this trade, but we are in a trade. As you can see right here, right there. Oh, I gotta go left or right. We're holding some drawdown, and that's totally okay. But we are in a trade right now, and I'm excited to be in it. This is our third trade of the week, I believe. So for those of you that are new to this, I don't take many trades throughout the week. 6, 7 at most. Most of the time we're doing 6 trades a week. The New York sessions had a little bit more movement recently, which is very indicative of news. So not something that's new, but typically we don't trade the New York session. Jan, what's going on? Miguel, what's going on? Let me just put this in just so we can... Yes, it did. Yes, it did. That's wild. I think that that 200 EMA shows fair value gaps. Oh, no, it doesn't. It's showing filtered parabolic SAR. Interesting. But yes, it did. So again, we are in a trade already, so don't be alarmed. We've been in this since this morning. With that being said, we're going to start off by going over why we're in it. I know some people probably have some questions. Some people are probably a little nervous. Let's start from the top down on why we are in this trade. From the very, very top. So, let's go to the day chart here. Day chart. This is the lowest we've seen in TradingView history on this pair. We've talked about that before. There's no secret that that's the lowest we've seen in TradingView history. 89800. Actually, exactly 89807 is the lowest we've seen in TradingView history. With that being said, we need to see a rebound at some point. It's been trending up, so that's one of the reasons. The day chart looking bullish, bounced off this fair value gap that's been held for almost 2 days, so that's good. So again, reversal at a key zone, we've got that. Uptrend, we've got that. Let's hop down to the 4-hour. On the 4-hour here, we had 2 very key rules on this 4-hour. Not only did we have a break of the EMA ribbon and a full candle closure above, we also had a fair value gap formed. And if you noticed, the EMA ribbon, 1, and the fair value gap, 2, are holding as support. So we have 3 now, very important rules of why we're in this trade. Moving on to our 4th is that we did have a break of structure. So this would be your downtrend, this would be your uptrend, right? Here's your channel of your downtrend. We can draw that. It broke structure right here when we started having higher lows and higher highs. Also, we could use another confirmation here. The technicals from TradingView. Now, I don't recommend only using this. If all of your other criteria matches, and you want to make sure this matches too, we're in good shape. Everything other than the 1 day is a buy. And that's the first time that this strong, and your moving averages are strong on that. That's the first time this pair has had that in a long time, with it being in such a downtrend over time. So we're taking a reversal at not only a key point, an absolute mark in history of how low this has ever been. Now, we've drawn our support and our resistance zones here, and our next key level is not until somewhere around 90955. So with that being said, that's what we're targeting. This is a trade where I want to ride out TP4, TP3. I actually reloaded into this down here. Once I saw this wick coming up, I reloaded in again. So there's the thought process behind this trade right here. That's very important to know. It's very important to understand. Very important part of my system. But the candle that's rejecting the EMA ribbon and holding this fair value gap is what gives us the real signal that we have some serious uptrend potential here. How many people are actually in this trade right now with us? We got some people in this one? I would imagine so. Understanding the why is important, guys. Understanding the why is very, very important. And we are only, let's see. Only 4 minutes into, this Asian session open. So not really expecting too much. Until we get some more volume. We do have about 4K of volume, which is pretty good. The other pairs here, break of structure ended up holding here on USD JPY. We had our channel moving upward. We had it did come back and retest pretty high, so I'm glad we didn't get in here last night because the retest was way up here, which is surprising, but it is. Now you're at a retest where this is either going to keep going because this is another key level right here. This is either going to keep going or we're going to see this drive through to the next zone and finally come back from that 30-day uptrend, get some pullback at least. Right now we have at least about 100 pips pullback. I think you're going to get more than that, in my opinion, the pullback on USD JPY. The Euro JPY trade did end up keep going, as we suspected yesterday. We weren't sure if this was going to end up coming back down, and it was using this key zone. We weren't sure if it was going to drive back down, but it did end up keep moving forward. So with that being said, the Japanese yen is weakening, the euro is strengthening. That's also good for this chart here because that means the euro is strengthening on this side as well. Euro CHF, which is the trade that we are in. GBP NZD, again, looking at kind of what we were talking about yesterday, it did not end up breaking this low, and it did respect the trend line. So this just kept going, which is good. Certainly a good trade. Yesterday, we were looking at it right about here. When it was bouncing, it went for 100 pips. That's a good trade. GJ, same thing. GJ, we were unsure if this consolidation down here, what was going to happen. So this consolidation did actually break to the low side right here. So if we did end up getting in a sell off this EMA bounce right here, we could have banked roughly 73 pips. And then on the upside, if you would have bought after you saw a buy candle here or a buy candle here, you're looking at something like 143 pips. But none of that met our trading rules. That is why we did not take it. None of that met our trading rules. And that is just extremely important to understand. Is that if it does not meet the trading rules, we are not taking it. Looking back at our Forex factory here, that AUD news that was last night ended up being pretty good, I think, for the the cash rate was higher. So it was actually not good for AUD, but it doesn't look like it had too much of an effect. If we look at last night, it did come down for sure, but it was nothing crazy. Everything's kind of settling and moving into a consolidation period on, GBP AUD. If you look at any of the other AUD pairs, AUD USD, AUD NZD, it didn't really have too much effect. Still kind of in consolidation / uptrend on these primary AUD pairs. But the bullish candle creating a fair value gap here is good news for us. We're going to want to see this push through. The only thing that I don't like about this trade, and this has developed after we were in the trade already, several hours actually, is typically when you have a zone, this was kind of our zone right here, and this is your bottom zone right here. When you have it break and come back in and break it, come back in, that does show a little bit of indecisiveness. That does show that, sometimes maybe the price action isn't as clear as you want it to be. However, because of the movement that we're seeing and the buying power and these candlesticks, I'm still confident in this trade. Still confident. But again, these zones right here, with the liquidity sweep, if you want to call it, another liquidity sweep, if you want to call it, is showing that there's some consolidation right here. But our consolidation is above the key level right here, which is always a good thing. The consolidation above the lower zone, which would be right here, we are consolidating above that, showing that we are in an uptrend and that we should see a breakout to the upside. But obviously time will tell. We're very early into the Asian session market open. Very early into it. With not a ton of movement yet. The consolidation right here is just absolutely wild. Look at these wicks on the 5-minute there. Those are some serious wicks. And we'll see how that pans out as well. I don't know where everybody's at in the country, but it is staying lighter longer here. You see the sun coming through on my blinds here. It's 7:10. It's still sunny and 70 degrees, 68 degrees here in Florida. We did have a bit of a cold spell, though, so that wasn't fun. So now we wait to see what this candle does. Again, our analysis is done here. Our analysis is as detailed as it can get. It is about as detailed as we can get on this chart without overdoing it. Now, if we want to look at the euro on some other charts here, like I said, Euro JPY, you can look at Euro USD, you can look at Euro NZD. The euro is moving up everywhere, which is a really good sign for us. That's a great trade right there. Euro NZD buys look fantastic, by the way. Bull flag, breaking upside, candle closure above the EMA ribbon, fair value gap, uptrend confirmed. All 4 rules meet that one right there. But like I said, the important part is that we met our rules on our trade, and that's why we're in it. But the euro as a whole seems to be moving up in all the euro pairs, which is always a good sign. You want to see that primary pair continuing to do the same thing on multiple charts and on multiple time frames to get that confirmation that you really need to have some confidence in what your technical analysis was saying. Rules are rules, baby. You know it, Miguel. I think what happened over the past week, too. Well, I want to preface with this, first of all. And I'm going to be making it real about this. We are not in a war. So, a couple things that happens when you are in war, in terms of the market, are not happening right now. Gold typically flies through the roof. The US dollar typically drops. Oil typically flies through the roof. We had all of those retrace other than the dollar. So when you go back into history and look at World War II, the war in Iraq, all these other wars that we've had over the past 30 to 50 years, the market is not doing that right now. The market is not showing signs that we're in war. The only time that we got that signal was when oil spiked to $120 a barrel, and that was for literally one day. Now, if we see $120 a barrel again, and we start to see the dollar drop, and we start to see gold take off, I would say we are inching more toward the same war effect that the market has when it gets to that point. However, we are not in a war. So everybody who's like, oh, we're at war, the dollar should be doing this, gold should be doing this, oil should be doing this, it's not doing that because we're not at war. These are just facts. You can chat GPT, Google Gemini, Google it all you want. What does the market lose? What happens in the market when we're actually in war? And none of those things have happened. Correct. Exactly. 100% right, Miguel. So that's just the facts of the situation. And I'm going to go into that more in a reel, probably tonight or tomorrow, and post that. But if you trade these markets like we are at war, you will lose money. Because it's just not the price action you're looking for. It's not the common denominator that we typically see during these times. And I want to make that very clear. You also have to watch what institutions are doing. You know, the institutional positions are not out to get retail traders. So let's just debunk that real quick. There is not this big, huge scheme of BlackRock saying, "Oh, where is trading with Matt's stop loss? Let me make sure we enter at that position." No, that's not happening. That's not happening. So, but what institutional money does when there's a time of war is not happening right now. It's not. Institutional trading makes up about 95% of the market, the day trading market. You and me, retail traders, we make up about 5%. The 95% is not coming after the 5% to try and figure out where their stop loss is. It ain't happening. Now, do they buy dips because they have the finances and the funds? 100%. Dips are called dips, and they go back up. But the concept that institutional trading is out to get retail trading and looks out for their stop losses and says, oh, he's a liquidity sweep this, liquidity sweep that, is quite ridiculous. I hope everybody understands that. Adam, what's going on, man? How are you? Good to see you. And Niels, what's going on? How are you? What's going on? Let's get it on. So yeah, we're in this Euro CHF buy, holding a little bit of drawdown. Roughly, we've been in this since this morning. We're holding roughly 10 pips drawdown. At one point, we were roughly 7 pips in profit. So we could have gotten out then. Adam, what's up, man? Niels, what's up, man? What's good, guys? Looks like YouTube's having an awesome time trying to get the stream going today. Nice. Did you really? So you're tracking institutional money? Is that essentially what you're doing? Oh, okay. Fair enough. As you notice, guys, too, we're not getting too much movement on the chart yet, but the P&L's getting smaller, that we're getting out of negative because of the fact that the spreads are tightening up. Again, we were holding through the 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. close of the market and reopen. So this 7 o'clock, when you start to see volume come in, is where you'll start to see the spreads tighten up, and that will have effect on your P&L. Nene, what's up, man? How you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, research is always good, man. You can never have too much information. Unless you start overthinking. This is Euro CHF. I'm doing good, Nene. I hope you're having a good day, too. Thanks for showing up, man. Good to see you. I'm 20 minutes into market open. Yeah, it's going back and forth between each of them. Yeah, no problem. The stop loss is here. I'll write it in here. Sydney, what's up, man? How are you? The stop loss is 0.90320. That's our stop loss. Our take profit 1 is 0.90712. 0.90712. Our take profit 2 is 0.90757. And our TB3 is 0.90879. Max take profit, which is top of the zone, is like 90952. So that's where the take profits are at right now. Realistically, in order to stay on this trend, That's our trend line right there. Hey, Jose, how are you, man? I feel you. Long day. Oh, I feel you, man. Good to have you. Appreciate you joining. Getting off a long day of work, coming straight to the stream. I appreciate that. We have one position in profit right now. So we have one position that's roughly $800 in profit. And then the other three are sitting about $1,200 down. So we do have some offset where I got in again down here. But if we go to this 4-hour chart here, I think we're in good shape. I think we're in really good shape. But I know it scares a lot of people to see the negative number, so that's why we go over it. You know what I mean? That is precisely why we go over it. What time did I take this trade at? Let's take a look here. Took this trade at 8:09 a.m. pre-New York session, actually. 8:09 a.m. We did go into... Yeah, I could have just put this right here. Yeah. 8:09 a.m. and we did briefly go into profit 2 separate times. Not a lot, but 2 pips and then all the way up to TP1. We actually did hit TP1 at 7.1. I did not close any positions at TP1. So was up roughly $1,300, but didn't take any, didn't close any positions on that. So, 'tis why we don't have any profit yet. Hey, who's your daddy over there? 00. Did you get those stop losses and take profits? You should be able to see them on the side here. Like it's highlighted in red, green, and green, and green, but I understand if it's tough to see. Watches the horizontal stream, but it is what it is. Cool. Good. I'm glad you did. No problem. Just a heads up, if this stream does drop because of YouTube, guys, it's going in and out, like steady in and out. If it does drop, ever, if we're live and it drops, just go directly to, we'll probably just go straight to Trading Room 1 or the stage in Discord, because I'm not going to have everybody watching talking. So we'll go directly to, if that happens, because I'm not going to restart a stream. Trading discussion is what it is. And I'll just share my screen in my video and talk as if we were live. Because I'll tell you what, YouTube's great, but sometimes the buffering's a little frustrating. Especially if it's the whole stream, you know? About to get a new 15-minute candle here. Hovering right here at this, hovering right on this fair value gap and right at the EMA ribbon on the 15 here. I'm glad you did there. We got 2 minutes. Yeah, it's just hovering right now. That Euro JPY chart's dropping a little. Yeah, I mean, it just, that's why I see that happen a lot. Was it because of the rules of the funded account? Or was it because the spreads went so crazy during the swap over, Sydney? The Laser, what's up, man? How are you? How you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. Oh, you tightened the stop loss on it? Yeah. Was that on the funded? Good 15-minute close there. Nice 15-minute close there. It should have closed. Adele, what's going on, man? How are you? Hope you're having a good day. Well, this is the first trade of the day. We've been holding this one since 8 a.m. This was a longer trade for us. Well, that's what happens at market switchover. There's no getting around the that 5 to 6 when the markets just go, and then they shrink back down as you get closer to the 7 o'clock hour. Laser, this is the only trade we're in so far. Only trade of the day. So we're holding a little bit of drawdown, but again, we've been holding it for a while. We went into profit at one point earlier today, decided not to take those profits. We had a little bit of rejection down to the tier, but looks like we're going to continue toward this upside here, moving into the Asian session. Hopefully not moving into the London session, because I don't want to stay in that trade, this trade that long. But if it has to, it has to. We take what the market gives us. You can't force anything. Can't force a trade. You can't force the market to move a certain way. And thanks, Laser. I trade a very simple set of 4 rules. That has to do with trend, an EMA ribbon, a fair value gap, and candle closures above those areas, key areas. So just 4 very simple rules. It's not necessarily considered an inversion, but You know, everybody's got their kind of own system. I have my own system. It's not the orb. It's not, you know, it's not what you're seeing in mainstream trading. It's just something that I've been using over the past, you know, almost decade, seven years of developing this strategy. So, holy movement right here. What insane movement we have coming in right now. You guys see that thing just bouncing? Yeah, I mean, like I've said on this stream many a times, there are so many different ways to trade. And, you know, the fact that other people kind of talk badly about other people's strategies blows my mind. Because, you know, there's many ways to make money. And, you know, if what works for you, that's awesome. What works for me, that's awesome. You know, what may work for the next guy is different. There's many different ways to do it. I can just tell you from my experience, this is where I've had the most profit, is using this system. Yeah, exactly. Some sort of understanding of bias and direction, but different execution strategies. And that's very, very typical. You know, if there was one way to do it, it is respecting the trend line, yep. If there was one way to do it, everybody would have figured it out at some point, and, you know, we'd all be multi-millionaires, but that's not the case. There's different ways to do all of this stuff. The amount of jumping around that we're getting on this 15-minute candle right here is wild. It's only a couple pips, but it's moving. It's trying to, at least. It's certainly doing its very best. And that's all we can ask for. My favorite session to trade is the Asian session. And I know that's a very controversial thing to say, but I like the Asian session the most there, Laser. By far, it's not even close. The New York session has too many red folders, too much news. The London session, I gotta stay up till 3 a.m. And the Asian session, in my opinion, has the best price action. This week, that has not been the case. Last week, the prior week, the week before that, yes. Well, I would agree with you to an extent, but the New York session, by statistics, has more red folder news that manipulates and moves the market. Manipulate's a bad word. Moves the market. For instance, tomorrow, you have core PPI month over month, PPI month over month. The Bank of Canada is coming out with a rate statement. The Bank of Canada is coming out with an overnight statement. The United States have federal funds rate, FOMC statement, FOMC press conference, GDP quarter over quarter for the New Zealand dollar, and the Australian dollar news. You have so much red folder news tomorrow that it almost doesn't even make sense to touch the charts because there's no way you can predict that news. And if you can, let me know. I'd love to see how you do it. Yeah, the Asian sessions yielded us very well over the past 3-4 months. Yeah, tomorrow I will not be touching the charts. I honestly, I'll see when it cools off around 6:30, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. But you got news going into, you got 8:30 p.m. news on the Australian dollar, and then you have tentative JPY news, the Bank of Japan policy rate and monetary policy statement. We may not touch the charts at all tomorrow, and I will make that decision based on what we see in the morning. Because if we just see some crazy shit tomorrow, I don't want to be a part of it, you know? I know volatility, volume equals volatility, but volatility isn't always good volatility. And that's up to you, Laser. I mean, it depends what you want to do, you know? What are your goals to trade? Is it a hobby? Is this something that you want to get down as a system? Yeah, it could also go 40 pips the other way in like 4 seconds. That's what scares me about news. I've had my fair share of blown accounts on news, and that's why I stay so far away from it. Not fun. You can scalp. I agree with you. Just the unpredictability of the dollar, the Canadian dollar, the New Zealand dollar, and the Australian dollar during red folder news can just be catastrophic to your account. That's why I don't do it. Side hustle. Yeah, I mean, most people, it's a side hustle. So I'd agree with that. I think a lot of people that are here tonight on this stream that follow me would like to move it from a side hustle to a full-time thing. And, you know, it's very tough to do without a very calculated system. Five pips at a time. Big lot sizes. Big lot sizes on 5 pips. Thanks for the sub, Laser. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to make it. That's the goal, you know? You can do this from a laptop anywhere in the world. I've said it a million times. But other than a remote job for a company where you do still have a boss, there's not many places that allow you to just be anywhere in the world at any time making money. Very, very few jobs. You could drop ship. You could own your own company. You could even be the CEO and have a COO, a chief operating officer that deals with the day-to-day stuff. But you still have to hop on those phone calls, get in those board meetings. What's the red news this week, Adam? I'll just show you. That's the red news tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different red folder news sources tomorrow. That is not something I'm going to let my capital get manipulated or taken out by. Just not worth it. Just absolutely not worth it. You know what I mean? It's brutal. That's called gambling. FOMC's tomorrow. You gonna be up for London tonight? Yeah, so a good question there, Laser. So essentially, each chart moves differently. You have a primary pair and a secondary pair. This that we're trading right here is the euro, which is European currency, to the Swiss franc (CHF). So if the euro is going up, the Swiss franc's going down. The chart we're looking at is showing what the euro to the Swiss franc is doing. Every different pair is going to look different. Now, will you have multiple pairs with euro as the primary pair moving in the same direction? Yes, that's a very good confirmation that your trade is in fact a good one, because euro is taking power and moving up in terms of its value to the secondary currency pair. It is Tuesday right now for me. What day is it for you, Adam? Let's see this thing start to move. Yeah, so you're thinking Thursday, no trade Friday. Yeah, no, it's we don't trade Friday in the United States. So I guess that's Saturday for you. It's also Saturday for the Asian session, or Friday for the Asian session, I should say. We don't trade Fridays in the United States. We do trade Thursdays, and I've been thinking about only trading New York session Thursdays because of the fact that it's technically Friday for the Asian session. And as I told you guys, nobody on Wall Street trades on Fridays. Everybody's closing positions, not opening. Correct, yeah. Thursday is a major reset. Yeah, you can really trade anything, man. Every single kind of trader. Most institutions are swing trading. If not swing trading, even bigger than that. I mean, holding just for long periods of time. Months on years. Did we just get the break we were looking for? Just, I think by resetting means let the charts calm down. And then kind of reevaluate what happened based off what news, and reevaluate where our key levels are, if any of them were broken or taken out, if anything created a new high or a new low. That's what I imagine he's talking about. Yeah, higher time frames are easier to read, and that's just a fact. Higher time frames are so much easier to read. Yeah, I agree with you there, Kivy. What was that wick? Did that just happen? I must have missed that move. FX Starfleet. We bought on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Like right here, when we had this candle, this massive wick and candle closure above the fair value gap. This is where we bought right here, this candle. This was our buy signal. And we did go straight up into profit. Then we had a massive rejecting candle, and then a rejection of this fair value gap, and now we're moving back up into zone here, which is very common. And again, am I from New York? Originally I was born there, yeah. I was born in New York. FX Fleet Star said tomorrow might be better after everything calms down. I think tomorrow is going to be a chaotic day in the markets. Yeah, it is a good rejection. This thing's moving like a crazy. Going into this new hour here, we're getting some insane movement. Yeah, I understand. I mean, there's no problem with trading a demo account until you're ready to go live. I like actually push people to do that. Like, don't buy a funded. Don't do any of that. Just trade paper till you're ready. But understand, when you go live, it is a lot different. Holy movement here. Yeah, and that's totally fine. Like, I don't know why people shit on people trading demo. Now, if you're going to teach somebody and show somebody how to do stuff, I believe you should be trading live. If you're good enough to do it yourself and you're good enough to teach people, I believe you should be doing it on a live account. The SL on this isn't that big. The SL on this is one of the smaller SLs we had. 32 pips. 32.5 pips. But yeah, I understand that completely. I get it. There's nothing wrong with using a demo. There's nothing wrong with using a demo to start out and to get an understanding of the markets. Absolutely nothing. Aloha, what's going on, man? How are you? Welcome, good to see you. I don't know, TradingView and my broker are showing two very different things right now. Catch you later, Laser. Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate you. There we go. Now it just popped up the other way. This movement is absolutely wild. For sure, I agree. There's nothing like switching to a live account for the first time and just having your money absolutely eaten due to either overconfidence, greed, misanalysis. There's a lot of reasons why that happens. Yeah, it's getting ready to do something. Man, YouTube is such trash right now. $40 on the small account. I'm using a half a lot, 2 half lots, so a full lot. Yeah, I think it is too. I saw that straight down to possibly like this zone right here. That would be your 1. That would be your 2. But yeah, I agree with you. 15 to 30. Yeah, I agree. I'm interested to see what kind of close we get here. I gotta take a piss real quick, guys. I think so too on the 8 p.m. Jose spitting some facts there. Yeah, that is 100% true. I'm with you there, brother. Something's gonna happen. I'd just like for it to be a bullish something. The indecisiveness of this chart is wild. Oh, we got a healthy stream on both sides now, finally. I'd love to see us close below the previous, or above the previous high. Like, that would be ideal, if we could close up here somewhere. I don't know if we're going to get that, but would be nice. That move certainly didn't help us. I see it both ways, but based off our analysis, I see it bullish. Based off our analysis here overall, on the higher time frames, I see a bullish bias, especially with the rejection of the EMA ribbon on the 4-hour candle, this fair value gap rejection, and the creation of a full candle closure above the EMA this way. I think this is just a tiny pullback that it had where, because we're flipping. I mean, this ribbon's going to fully flip when the yellow goes over the white, which is the 50. When the 25-day EMA crosses over the 50, this thing flies. We're at that point where it's about to happen. That's what I'm seeing. But again, I'm not always right. If I was always right, it'd be a different story. So we got a minute and 30 seconds until we get this new candle. Yeah, a minute and 30 seconds. It's just so jumpy. It's insane. It's got 10K volume. It's right up there with GJ. It's got more volume than USD JPY. Euro JPY's got the most volume out of anyone right now. But GBP to the CHF is rising. CHF to JPY is dropping. So the CHF pair seems to be getting increasingly weaker. So ideally that's going to help us. But we're swinging like $500-600 with each little move right now. I mean, that was a $900 swing just now. Look at that. 2100, 3000. 2100, 3000. No. I mean, I went over some for sure, like in the beginning of the stream. But obviously, I don't get in more than one trade at a time. So, like, this was my main trade. I knew that going into this. I'm like, this is what this stream's gonna be about. Oh, we got 12 seconds here. We got a bearish close on the broker, a bullish close on TradingView. Yeah, I saw that on this one, on the day. Looks good for a buy. It looks great for a buy. It's right on this right here. Or actually, it's a smaller one. It's this one right here. But yeah. But again, this is why I like this chart too. You look at the day. This thing held strong. Excuse me. We got the wick we wanted. We just wanted it to be green, but realistically, still not worried. But here's our new 8-hour candle. We've calmed down a little bit here with the movement. A little bit. It's still bouncing like crazy on my broker end over here. Just we already broke above market close for from last week. We've got the bull flag. Like, it's there. Oh, we just need to see it break above this and go. This whole thing is a bull flag. I mean, you can go back and look at it, but like... this whole thing is one big bull flag. You asked if he was trading his live funded. He said yes. Yeah, you think so? Well, why don't I show you where my entry was? My entry was after a full candle closure above an EMA ribbon, a fair value gap created, an established uptrend, as well as a massive rejection of a key zone.
But did you know we print everything you need?
My entry was at 8 a.m. So that statement, without knowing when I entered, is kind of wild in itself. But hey, everybody has their own trading rules, and I respect everybody's trading rules. Those were my rules. This is where we got in. And we were in profit over $1,000 at one point. We just got some drawdown to the EMA ribbon. So all 4 of our rules were met to get in this trade at 8:06 a.m. this morning. Nice, you're in Euro USD. There you go. I hadn't even looked at that chart yet today. So we waited for the pullback. You're looking at this from now. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, sure, of course. Look at the 4 hour. You had the pullback. We had the pullback. We had the break and we had the pullback here. This was the pullback right here. This was the pullback. This was the pullback. We had it. Not only that, on the hour chart, this was our break candle, right? Let's talk about it. We want to talk about it? Here was our break candle with the fair value gap closing above the EMA ribbon with a confirmed uptrend, reversal at a key zone, right? We had all those rules. This went up. We tested this zone. We did not get in here. We waited for it to retest this EMA ribbon and then waited for it to come up and break a new high. And then we entered. And it did break a new high. It came down and broke a new high again. And now we're having some drawdown again. And we're going to wait for it to come up and break again up to these areas. I could have already gotten out, is my point. But it's okay. Everybody's got their opinions. I understand. To be able to think that you're going to snipe every trade is insane. We're holding 7 pips. We're holding 7 pips, 8 pips of drawdown. To be able to think that you're going to snipe trades within 4 pips, let's cut it in half, or by a third or a fourth within 1 to 2 pips is insane. I'm not going to snipe 1 to 2 pip trades. I have this chart wide open. You know what I mean? Like, we can condense this baby and you can see how small of a movement it is from there to there. From entrance to where it's at right now, it's like nothing. Really, really tough to get 1 to 2 pip entries where it doesn't go into drawdown more than 2 pips, 3 pips, 4 pips. We're holding 8. If you can't hold 8 pips, you got a risk management problem. If you can't hold 30 pips, you got a risk management problem. Yeah. I got a good shot, but I ain't no sniper like that. And I don't really think anyone is. Like, obviously the goal of trading is to get in at the most opportune time. That is 100% everybody's goal. Get in at the best time, get out at the best time. Sure. It's easy to look back on a trade and say that, but to do it live every single day in front of hundreds of people, it's a different story. Yakamoli, what's up, man? Sorry, I probably said that so wrong. Apologize if I butchered your name there. My bad. Doing my best on these pronunciations, but man, we got some crazy names in here sometimes. But it's cool. Shows we got people from everywhere. Shows that we got people from everywhere. I think the analysis is there. Obviously, I wouldn't have sent the signal out or gotten in if the analysis wasn't there, but... Correct, 100%. Yeah. If we would have gotten in this earlier, like down here, we would have been breaking one of our rules. Even on the 4 hour, too. Like, I guess you could have held until you saw this massive red brick, but I wouldn't have. I don't think that... Yeah, but, well, I appreciate your input, Finley. Appreciate your input, man. Welcome to the stream, by the way. When this touches 11.8 pips, or 23 pips, we'll talk about P&L, okay? We'll revisit this conversation. This $2,100 right now is 6 pips of drawdown. 6.7 pips of drawdown. Just keep that in mind, okay? I ain't stressing about it. Correct. Yeah. It retested that fair value gap a lot. 4, 8, 12, 16, 24. I mean, it retested it for 24 straight hours. Yeah. I'm sure it did. It just doesn't... I mean, on the one, it might. Yeah, on the one, we didn't get a fair value gap yet. It meets all of them except for one. All except for one rule. But obviously, as you guys know, I wouldn't get in another trade right now anyway. One at a time. How to switch streams? Which one did you have to switch to? Oh, go to your phone. Yeah, I see. I see you went to vertical. Or horizontal. No, vertical. Yeah. About to get a new 15-minute candle here in 10 seconds. Still holding above. It shows green on my end over here. It's alright. Everybody's got an opinion. I understand. When you go out live and show everyone what you're doing for the whole world, you're going to get criticism. And I understand that. It's going to happen. What news channel? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Do I have one of those boring news guy voices? Here in Quahog. Family Guy reference. Hi, I'm Tom Tucker. That's funny, though. Hey, Jose's kid. What's going on? How are you, man? Learn how to trade. Sounds like your dad's well on his way to making sure that you don't have to work someday, hopefully. This YouTube is just fucking garbage. No data. Okay. Gen Wealth, baby. Yes, sir. Comparison is a thief. Comparison is the thief of joy. No need to compare. Yes, sir, it is. Do you keep your head down, work hard. No reason to compare. Waste of resources. I fucking hate YouTube. There's no way it's me. I'm running 1,000 megabytes right now per second. Running a full gig per second. And YouTube's like, YouTube is not receiving enough to maintain smooth video. What do you mean? I keep getting reconnection errors. Then it says stream is excellent and healthy. It just depends, man. Now it's healthy on both sides. There should be zero lagging on both sides, but 100%. I think we all are. It's just about who sticks to it. Who keeps getting down, back up when you get knocked down, and who stays down. We're just consolidating right here for a while. I mean, this is now 2 hours and 15 minutes of consolidation above this fair value gap right here. Above this very solid fair value gap, so swing up that way would be nice. Just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. I think we should see it sooner than that. These are just 15-minute candles, you know what I mean? It's true. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Oh, we're getting some push down here. Just a tad bit. We got 5 minutes. 5 minutes until we get a new 15-minute candle here. Yeah, we got 4 minutes until we get a new 15-minute candle. We had on what are we at in Discord right now for followers? See you tomorrow, Nene. Thanks for joining, man. We'll definitely see you tomorrow. 140 members in Discord, by the way, guys. That's pretty awesome. Hope you have a good day, man. Yeah, we are. I just looked at that. For only being, what, 3 months old? December, January, February. 3.5 months old, organically. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, we got a good community here, and I'm grateful for that. Because trading alone is boring. And being able to help others is meaningful. Bashar, what's up, man? How are you? Welcome. Welcome, Bashar. We got 1 minute and 9 seconds until we get this new 15-minute candle. Let's get some pop here. Yeah, it's warmer there? Or cooler? This bad boy wants to drop. Certainly isn't cold, I can tell you that. Oh, nice. Guess that's good depending on what kind of weather you like, you know? Pro Keys, what's up, man? How are you? Welcome. Appreciate you joining, even though it's 2 a.m. for you. Appreciate the support, man. Hopefully you're having a great day. A lot of people staying up late to trade. We're just seeing the same consolidation right here. All right, we're seeing some green. We're seeing some movement, some bullish movement. Oh, excuse me. This is all we're looking for. Break of this right here. Live analysis, that's what we're looking for. We broke down why we got in over here. We broke down why we didn't take profit there and why we didn't take profit there. Why we didn't exit here, why we didn't exit here, and why we didn't exit here. We're in this for a very specific 4 reasons. Those that know get it. This is 5-minute doing. Same thing on the 5, guys. Same exact thing on the 5. Break above. We've been holding this since 8 a.m. this morning. So if you look at the 4-hour, we got in on this. we got in on this trade after this 4-hour confirmation. This 4-hour right here with the candle closure above the EMA ribbon, the fair value gap, the confirmed uptrend, and the reversal at a key point. So, and this reversal at a key point right here, a rejection of a key point. So that's where we got in. And again, we did go into profit, hit TP1 at some point, but I wanted to hold. I did not personally pull out when we were $1,000 or $1,500 in profit, $1,200 in profit. I did not pull out. So we are still in this one. But that's the logic. We've been in this since 8:06 a.m. today. Diamond hands. We don't have no paper hands. Diamond hands. Hold. Hodl. I remember when that saying like really came out, and it was like when Doge was pumping. You guys remember that when Dogecoin was pumping just absolutely massively? Everyone's like, diamond hands, hold, hold, hold. Yeah, where that got you. Nice. 15K off AMD. Nice. The biggest swing that I ever made off crypto was Shiba Inu. And that was a hell of a swing. It was way less than a penny and dropped to like... It was like 8 decimals long after the penny, and 4 decimal points dropped off. And it was only 4 zeros. So essentially it doubled. And then it got down to like 3 zeros, and I was like, all right, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. At the time, I was just putting my entire paychecks into Shiba Inu. Every single week, just dumping them. Very risky at that time. Nice. Yeah, you just started trading Forex, but mostly trade long term. Long term is the safest bet. But again, like, look at 2008. Look what happened in 2008. Everybody who thought long term was the best way to go, long term this, long term that, the entire stock market crashed. But you could have still made money shorting. But shorting was short term. Shorting the US dollar was short to mid range. People were doing it for weeks and months on the time, not years though. Days, weeks, and months. Nobody was shorting the dollar for all of 2008. Very, very few people were able to do that. Especially because people were going upside down on their homes. I mean, it was a shock to the entire mortgage industry. Banks stopped lending money. It was brutal. I wouldn't call them easy, but long term is certainly less volatile. I think less volatile is a good word. I don't know, man. Like I said, geopolitical events are going to dictate that. It's so far out of my hands. Just look at the S&P 500, right? Let's look at the S&P 500 on a 12-month chart. That's a bad example. Let's look at SPY. Why is it only showing a week, 2 years? Let's just look at Apple. Let me guess, that was 2000, or it was 2008. 2008 was that massive red year. Just an entire year of red. 2008, and then astronomical boom here. Just an astronomical boom. Can't trade that, man. Can't trade that. Hard to trade that. Oh, what kind of movement are we getting here on the hour? Going into the 4-hour candle. Yeah, I mean, we've had days where the stock market's dropped 1,000 points, and that's been like a big deal. Like a big, big deal. We're getting some pop here finally. Let's break these highs, baby. Let's break these highs. Good movement here on this 15. Yeah, coming into this 4-hour candle, we're getting some nice movement, which is good. Would love to see this 4-hour close up here. But we're about to get a new 15-minute candle. All right, here's our new 15. Should see this start to move up. Let's get this move up. Let's get some buying pressure up in here. It's a little stucky. She didn't want to move. She's gonna make us wait for that 15, that new candle. It is playing with me. It's like dangling a piece of steak in front of my face saying, haha. On the 15, it almost did. We got close. Really close. Our new highs we're looking at roughly like right there. Like that's where we're looking for. That's what we're looking for right there. There's a break of those. That is what we're looking at. Adele, I'm surprised you even have service out there. Are you just running off straight cellular? Or you have Wi-Fi out there? I would presume in a village where you said it does not have Wi-Fi. Can you give me a general idea of where it is? Elon to the rescue with Starlink. The fact that they wouldn't. We're actually going to be building a cellular tower on the golf course. Shit, those cellular companies pay a lot of money. Tangale? I'm going to look this shit up. Tangale? Oh, what's that big ass red building? What is that? That big, huge red building that looks like almost like a temple. It's like pinkish yellow. I mean, pinkish red. You got another gold one. This place is wild. Looks beautiful there. Can't understand what any of these signs are saying, but oh, nice. Looks like a nice place to be. The DK Lake. Where's that kid from that was that viral meme that he was doing that thing on the boat? Remember? He was like, I'm young, black, and rich. Where's that kid from? It's gotta be from somewhere around you, right? It's a guess. Oh, Indonesia. Okay, I was wrong. Let's see where this place is on a map. Oh, I see. Yeah, you're directly northwest of Dhaka. It's like there's still a lot of houses, though. All right, I was wrong. I thought it was Bangladesh. I don't know, man. I'm guessing here. Taking a shot in the dark. Where are you? Thailand's relatively close to you. So is the Middle East. Boy, that's a flight, man. Oh, God. From the United States? That is a flight. Sealhet. I probably said that so wrong. S-Y-L. S-Y-L-H-E-T. S-Y-L-H-E-T. Oh, nice. Does that say Zanzibar? Oh, sorry. I got way too excited for that. I thought it said Zanzibar for a second. Zindabazar. 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 I can't say that. Zindabazar. That might be my new word for when we hit take profits. Zindabazar. Alright, let's see this chart move up. Yeah, I see that. The Grand Hotel. That one actually doesn't look very grand. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Nirvana, that one's 4-star. Roseview, 5-star. There you go. Roseview Hotel, 5-star. Nice. Yo, you can stay at places for $25 a night with free breakfast. The Parish Inn. $25? There's no way that's any good. Actually, it looks pretty nice. Put it into perspective for me here. What is like $1 over there? What is $100 USD like over there? What is that going to get you? Yeah, I'm looking at them right now. I got Capital One offering me $5 a night at some of these places. That is wild. A week. I spent $100 to fill my tank up today. just to go to work for a week, if that. What do we got? A couple minutes here till this new hour candle. Let's close bullish. Let's get some green close here. Keshi Manuel, what's up? How you doing? Welcome. 300 a night. You're lucky if you spend 300 a night. If you spend 300 a night in New York, you are staying in a shithole, respectfully. It depends where in New York, I guess. If you're going to New York City, expect $1,000 a night. $800 to $1,000 a night. I lived in New York City for many years. Let me tell you, that place is nuts. The average cost per night. Oh, actually, you're all right. It says the average cost per night is $300 to $500 in New York. 4-star hotels are typically 500 plus. 5-star hotels are near 1,000. All right, so I might have exaggerated there. Per month? That's not bad there, Kivy. That's not a bad price at all. Miguel, where's that? You're saying per month? Like 1,000 to 1,500 per month? Wow, per month. Wow. Yeah. I keep telling my girlfriend, I don't think we're going to be living in the United States full time, always. Yeah, I'm going to do like 5 months somewhere else. 4 months somewhere else. Do like 4, 4, and 4. 4 months in Florida, 4 months somewhere else, and then 4 months somewhere else. Well, that math just don't add up. $300 per month times 12 would be $3,600 a year. $1,500 divided by 12 would be like $125 a month. There's no way. There's no way. All right, let's see what we're gonna get here. We got a new candle coming in here. If anything, I think the lowest we go is right here to get a wick, and then we move toward the upside here. I'm not going to talk crap about anyone else. Sorry. The cost in Texas? Brother, you're looking at $4,000 a month for like real luxury just in rent? That's the thing about like America is you have to understand there's such a disparity. Like you could live in a part of Texas where it only costs you $1,000 a month for rent, and it's somewhat nice. You can get a house for 300, 400,000. That's really nice. but you can also move to like the heart of a city in Texas and pay a lot more. It's the same as, you know, anything. The closer you are to the city, the more expensive things get. But luxury is also relative to what the person thinks. Like, I know people where a house in the middle of nowhere on 100 acres with cows is luxury to them. That's what they want. To me, I don't want a big house on a lot of land. You know what that means? A lot of upkeep. A lot of upkeep means a lot of expenses, or you're working your ass off like a farmhand every day. I want to live in a high rise. Well, I do right now, but I'm going to move to a different one where everything is taken care of. Say he's offering you $50 a night for his shed. That one actually got me to laugh pretty good there. In Florida, if you're in Miami or Fort Lauderdale, you're looking at $10,000 a month to live on the water, and that's minimum. That's not all the way at the top. It's a high rise, but that's not a penthouse. A penthouse, you're looking at 30 grand a month, $25,000 a month, USD. Yeah, we gonna make a trip for sure. We're gonna make a trip. I just gotta convince my girlfriend to quit her job too. Oh, fuck it, or I just go. I think we might have just cracked 9K followers on Facebook. Sorry, 1.9K followers on Facebook, which is absolutely wild. That's what I'm talking about. 1,886 followers on a less than 30-day-old page. That is wild. That is absolutely wild. Big thanks to you guys. Hey, are we moving? Are we getting a new high here? I didn't even look. What's this fucking 4-hour doing? We're getting a new high. Shaved bottom, though. I don't like the shaved bottom. Yeah, Facebook's the demographic. That's why they actually have money to put into a trading account. Facebook's the demo. The demographic. I love how the second we hit like that 8 o'clock hour, 8:30, we stopped having issues with with Facebook Live, or YouTube Live, I should say. This 10 million% number is wild, though. This number right here on Facebook, look how your page is performing. Up 10 million%. I've never seen that. 204,000 views. 10 million. It's insane. We tapped the high on the 15. Did we break it? We did break the highs on the 15. I know, right? I got a couple more days until I can, actually more than a couple more days until I can get monetized on Facebook. Yeah, and YouTube. We're close. We're close on YouTube. We're really close. YouTube. We're getting the movement I like. Definitely getting the movement that we like here. Well, we created a fair value gap. We almost closed above on the 5-minute EMA here. Again, this flag is just right here. It's right here. Just get the break above, the retest, and go. That's what we're looking for. I don't know where that line came from. Oh shit, that is not what I meant to do. Let's go. Let's see this thing move. Yeah, let's see this thing move. Let's get the break we want here. But we only been sitting in drawdown on this trade for 13 hours. Not all 13 hours were drawdown, but we've been sitting in some drawdown for roughly 13 hours. And I'll tell you what, and I don't know if it seems like this to you guys, it is way easier for me to sit in drawdown when I'm not staring at it and live with you guys. Because like I know I got eyes on me, and I'm also using quite a large amount of money. But when I'm not staring at my phone and I'm doing other things and I'm just set and forget in the trade, who cares about the drawdown? Just don't hit the stop loss. So, little psychological trick. Throw your phone away when you're in a trade. Set and forget. Set and forget, baby. Where's Thiru Kuman? Where's that guy at? Haven't seen him yet tonight. Or the other theory guy. Maybe he's in here, he's just quiet today. $50 a night in my shed really got me there, Jose. 2 to 4K a month for luxury apartments in San Antonio, Texas. We need a big bullish close on this 15 here. Nice big bullish close. Today's the 17th, right? Yeah. Here's a new fiver. New 5-minute candle. Has anybody seen this, by the way? I don't know if anybody noticed this or not. It's kind of an awkward ass shoulder. That was really more right here. This was more really right here, and then right here. And you could actually use this shoulder, but we'll use that one. That's really a more accurate depiction of what we're looking at here. See this thing go. We've been consolidating for ever. Consolidating for 3.5 hours, boys. Holy consolidation, Batman. Yeah, for real. Where's my volume indicator at? It's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted either. Oh, these are making them volume bars. Have you guys ever seen this? So it shows strength of volume inside the candlestick, and this is something I was going to incorporate into the indicator, and I still may. I would use different colors. If it's bullish volume, it would be all green. Bearish volume would be an all red candle. Yellow looks like it's pretty indecisive here, as we're seeing. It's pretty bearish there. It's moving from lighter to darker with the type of volume that's coming in. I don't mind that, but I don't personally like. There we go. This needs to be green. This needs to be lighter green. Oops. This needs to be lighter green. Even lighter than that. This needs to be white. This needs to be pink. That needs to be red. Which one did I just change that on? Oh, that's because I got two of these. There you go. That's how you like it. Right there. Yeah, volume specific candles. Yeah, they're awesome. I'm probably going to add that. I used to use these a long time ago. But it shows like the outside of the candle's red, but the actual like overall volume still somewhat bullish. It's just showing that it's a bearish candle on the outside, but bulls are still winning. It's just price is moving down. So we'll see what happens here. We got a 15-minute coming in here. If this new 15-minute here, we got a bullish engulfing candle on the 15-minute here. This previous 15-minute candle was full bullish engulfing. Ugh, excuse me, guys. I'm going to give this one till 9:30, guys. We're going to stay in. I'm staying in. But I'm going to stay on stream till 9:30. So we'll wait till we get another 15-minute candle. And then we'll manage from Discord. Let's go break those highs. Even Liquid Broker showed a bullish engulfing candle as well. There we go, getting some movement up here. I'll turn this volume indicator off. I don't want to see it anymore. We know what the volume's doing. Everything has moved to a buy, other than the day chart, but it was a really good 15-minute candle. Yeah, everything has a buy on the technicals, except for the day, but I think that's going to change as well. Have you guys seen those fans that everybody's advertising on TikTok? Those little handheld ones that clean off your PC and your desk of dust? I ordered one. Tell you what, TikTok Shop has got me on lock. They know exactly what I'm looking for somehow. They're listening, man. Every time I open up TikTok, I buy something. It's bad. It's a bad habit. Yeah, I'm buying everything, man. I'm buying everything. I looked at my credit card statement for my Capital One the other day, and I was just blown away at how much I spent on TikTok Shop this month. Like random shit, too. Like random ass shit. David, what's up, man? How are you? Glad to see you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, it's got me in a chokehold, man. Me and my bank account. It's just so cheap. It's like what Temu tried to do, just couldn't succeed in doing because they didn't start out a social media platform. Like TikTok took the idea of Instagram. Nice. There you go, David. TikTok took the idea and business model of Instagram and the idea and business model of Amazon and put it together. And was like, hey, let's have other people sell. We'll be the platform. We'll take the fees, and they can post their content about it. All in one. And then we'll let them make money. Yeah, TikTok's pretty much a baby between Instagram and Amazon. Oh yeah, 100%. Let's see this 15-minute candle drive through the highs here. Here we go. We broke the highs on that 15-minute. So our flag is getting broken here. Really, the flag's actually up here, but you're gonna have a good time, Adele. Just better make sure you're financially responsible while you're here, because shit ain't cheap. This is the first break above this zone that we've had in like... This is the first break above this zone that we've had in 3 hours and 15 minutes. Love the hour movement. It's the longest we've sat in a trade in a long time. Got in, no, that's not right. Must have moved that by accident. 8 o'clock, right? 8 a.m. is what we said. Oh yeah, I moved it the wrong way. No, 8 a.m. on the 17th. Yeah, this did get moved. 8 a.m. Yeah, 13 hours. Yeah, let's go, Familia Scarface. Welcome. Good to see you. What's up, man? Good to see you again. We broke the highs finally. So the highs that we were waiting to break, it's been a long journey here. Now it's consolidating again, but this consolidation right here, at least it was above the zone, you know? It was above the zone, full rejection here. We got 7 minutes till we get a new, yeah, we just don't want to see that drop off. We want to see this break these highs. We broke it, barely. But breaking it is the first part. Yeah, we're gonna see some profits tonight. We're gonna see some profits tonight. Oh, we entered this way early. We entered this here. I need to move this to where we actually entered. Where was the 8 a.m. candle? March 17th, 8 a.m. candle. Oh, right on that buy signal. Duh. That's where we entered this trade. Now let me make sure. I entered at 903109065. That was our actual entrance right there. Now I can relock this. Nice, 2 weddings coming up. I got one in April, Masters weekend. Something's gonna happen here. You can only consolidate for so long. sites that we consolidated over the zone. No, no, I don't. I'm not trading funded. Be 100% honest with you guys. Been there and done that. Been there and done that. Don't really want to do it again. At least not in the near future. Are weddings expensive? Yeah, it just depends, man. I know people that have. We've had people with weddings at my golf course that spend $5,000. I've personally been to $1 million wedding before, so it really just depends. Oh, shit, I've been to $1 million quinceañera. I don't think I said that right, by the way, so I apologize. But yeah, it's all relative. I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I was one time, and it was a $250,000 wedding. I had 350 people there. Yeah, did that already. Jose's smart. I did the big, huge wedding already. No need for it. I did it. Did it. Spent all the monies. Fresh flowers flown in from a different state. Matching suits for 16 of my guys. Paid for all of it. Shoes, shirts, cufflinks. Yeah, I did it all. El Taquero. What is that? Now you gotta make me Google shit. Hold on. Oh, come on. Someone who makes or sells tacos. Well, duh. Should have guessed that one. That was dumb. We're just creating a small wick here on the 15. I just want to go to Mexico, go to Greece, go to Italy, do that. I'd rather a nice wedding away, like just not in the United States, in another country. And for my friends that can afford it, you're welcome to come. If not, sorry. You know what I mean? Should be more about you and your wife, not doing it for other people. You get 6 hours that you could spend $250,000 on for other people. Yeah, I'm with you there, Miguel. I think weddings are about showing other people up instead of showing the other person how much you love them. And that's unfortunately what it is in America, but that's all of America. Can I do it bigger and better? Can I do it bigger and better? Do I have more money than you? Do I have a nicer car than you? Do I have a bigger house than you? Do I have a bigger wedding than you? It's all comparison. And a lot of it's due to social media. A lot of it is due to social media. Oh, he got a Lamborghini. I need one. Oh, they had a huge wedding. I need one. We have weddings at the golf course all the time. We had one recently. There was 25 people invited and 10 showed up. And they paid 10 grand. That's rough, man. That's rough. Mostly Japan, but yes. Singapore as well. Like, they have social scores out there now. Like, if you jaywalk, you're registered, your face is registered. He was being facetious, Adele. We're gonna have to get you on the what is the one thing that's very hard to translate into other languages? Like, what is it called when you say a one-legged duck swims in? It's satire. There's a different word for it. Idiom. Idiom. That's what I'm looking for. It's an idiom. An idiom is very hard to translate. Like saying, is the Pope Catholic? Does bear shit in the woods? Very hard to translate. Does bear shit in wood? $6.5 is a nice wedding. Again, it's all relative on what you're looking for. Hey, Adele, can you see if you can find... Adele, can you see if you can find that guy who's messaging people in Discord? When you get time. You don't have to do it now. You out of here, Jose? Oh, we just got the break. There's the break. You going to sleep, Jose? No problem, man. Thanks for joining, as always. Yeah, there's another one. See you, Miguel. Hey, we just got the break. There's the break, guys. We got the break we're looking for, guys. So we're going to hang tight on this. As you can see, we're moving. We finally broke consolidation, guys. That was 10 hours, almost 9 hours of consolidation that we just broke. We got the break we're looking for. We're going to hang on to this. I will keep you guys updated, okay? What we're going to do is end this how we normally do, guys. Every single stream. Because it is awesome to have you guys here. I appreciate you guys. Go Stetson Men's Golf, by the way. Let's go Stetson Men's Golf. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining. Nice little 2 hour and 45 minute stream. A little longer than normal today, but we got a lot of questions answered. We got a lot of new faces. And I appreciate you guys joining. Yeah, just ignore them. Ignore them all. Jose, Adele, Miguel, Familia Scarface, everybody that joined, Jan, Nene, everybody that joined, David, welcome to the stream for the first time. I appreciate. Adam, good seeing you again. I will get back to your email, by the way. But good seeing everybody again tonight. We're holding this trade, baby. We're holding strong. We broke the line now, so have a good night, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Good to see you, David. Thanks for joining, buddy.